So right here I have the book Moral and Dogma of the Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Okay, and you see that Freemasonry, right? Now, I picked this book up in New Orleans in a bookshop. We're gonna go to the back of the book, page 379, the Hebrew Book of Allegories, exclusive, not inclusive. Okay, that's what it says about the Bible. There's Kabbalah in here too. The Bible, with all the allegories it contains, expresses in an incomplete, veiled manner only the religious science of the Hebrews. So therefore it's a Hebrew book, not a Christian book. The doctrine of Moses and the prophets, identical at bottom with that of the ancient Egyptians, also had its outward meanings and its veils. The Hebrew books were written only to recall to memory their traditions, and they were written in symbols unintelligible to the profane. The Pentateuch and the prophetic poems were merely elementary books of doctrine, morals, or liturgy, if I'm pronouncing that right. And the true secret in traditional philosophy was only written afterward, under veils still less transparent. The Pentateuch and the prophetic philosophy was only written afterward, under veils still less transparent. Thus was a second Bible born, unknown to, or rather uncomprehended by the Christians. A collection, they say, of monstrous absurdities, a monument, the Adapt says, wherein is everything that the genius of philosophy and that of religion has ever formed or imagined of the sublime. A treasure surrounded by thorns, a diamond concealed in a rough, dark stone. One is filled with admiration on penetrating into the sanctuary of the Kabbalah at seeing a doctrine so logical, so simple, and at the same time so absolute. The necessary union of ideas and signs, the consecration of the most fundamental realities by the primitive characters, the trinity of words, letters, and numbers. A philosophy simple as the alphabet, profane and infinite as the word, theorems more complete and luminous than those of Pythagoras. A theology summed up by the counting of one's fingers, a infinite which can be held in the hollow an infinite's hand, 10 ciphers and 22 letters, a triangle, a square, and a circle. These are all the elements of the Kabbalah. These are the elementary principles of the written word, reflection of that spoken word that created the world. This is the doctrine of the Kabbalah, which you will no doubt seek to make yourself acquainted as to the creation. Okay. So we go to page 448. B. B is the passive, A the active, unity is Boaz, the binary is Joktan. 772. Baal or Baal signifies Lord and Master.
Baal or Baal signifies Lord and Master.
Babylon, a great live serpent worshipped by the people of 500 U. Babylon, images of serpents at the temple of Baal. Bacchus led by a lamb or ram to springs. See, that's what I'm saying. These Bibles, it says the Lord. See the word spell? See this is trickery, right? Why not use the Creator's name? Instead, they use Lord, which means Lord and Master, unbeknownst. So when you say you're worshiping the Lord, this is who you're actually worshiping. You know, the Creator of the Hebrews, the God of Israel, his name is in the book. But all throughout the text, you see, thus says the Lord. Why not thus says Elohim or thus says the Most High, the great I am that I am? or Yashar'EL, but it says Baal or Baal. And this is in a Freemason book. So, I mean, you have to do your own research on this. Look at this right here. Baal, one of the gods of Assyria, Chaldea. Baal or Bela applied to deities represents Baal seated on a bull with the sun for symbol was the power of life. Baal or Baal, the supreme deity of the Moabites. Okay. So there's different gods out there, but I just want to make that known.
So here you are, the stranger in Omikron, conqueror of demons. Dagobah told me much about your exploits. You're not the first video game player to get your soul trapped in this dimension, but you're certainly the first to stay alive so long. They're now in Astaroth's reservoir of souls. Better to die 1,000 deaths than end up there. Astaroth was locked up in a cage for thousands of years by Yashar'EL, the hero of the Cobalt Wars. Now that he's free, the demon needs to build up his power again because it dwindled over the centuries. To do so, he needs souls. Thousands of souls. He derives his power from suffering souls. They endure infinite tortures in the reservoir. It is this endless suffering that will enable him to recover his former power. The souls here are grey and withered. You can't get much power from them. The juiciest souls are in your dimension. Astaroth created the video game called Omikron in order to capture them, the game you're playing at this very moment. He uses Omikron to attract souls. He asks players to put their spirit into a body in order to enter our dimension. As soon as the soul has come here, it only takes a demon to catch it and take it to Astaroth, who condemns it for all eternity, which very nearly happened to you. No, unfortunately. As long as your soul is a prisoner in Omikron, you run the risk of being caught by a demon and thrown into the reservoir. The only way to save your soul is to kill Astaroth, but nobody knows where he hides, not to mention how to go about killing him. Let me think. There might be a way to find out more about Astaroth. There's an old parchment that comes from the Cobalt Wars. It mentions Astaroth. Perhaps it says something about how to destroy the demon. The parchment is in the central library of Omikron under strict guard at the top of the pyramid. Go to the library and gather together all the information you can find on Astaroth. The survival of your soul is at stake. Legate Reshev protects everything that dates from the Cobalt Wars. He still hopes to discover some secrets of the ancient art. All access to these documents is forbidden. The library is in the Lahore sector. You'll need a pass to get there. You'll find one somewhere in this house. I placed Jenna at the head of Phalanx 5 to replace Namtar the traitor. I asked her to give you all the help you need. Something tells me you can help us achieve our goal. An old legend recounts that only a nomad soul can hunt the demons out of Omikron. You may be the one we have been waiting for. I must go. Now the binary tides are turning. May Vigrimuka guide your steps. Wake up, people of Omikron. Reshev and his corrupt government are lulling you to sleep in order to control you better. They have transformed you into puppets that are manipulated by Ix and the demons. Join the awakened ones and rise up to fight for your freedom. Together, we can win.